It's a game store review today, kiddos. One Up Video Games in Greenville, South Carolina. Now, I gotta be honest with you, this store was absolutely freaking awesome. The dude there, who I'm assuming was the owner, was super knowledgeable about his stuff. You wanna know what the best part is? They've got a regular website. Not only do they have a Facebook page, for the old fogies out there, but they actually have a www.google.com, look up my shit, website. Freaking awesome video games. We offer a wide selection of retro and modern game consoles, accessories. You notice how they have like pictures of their place? Because it was clean. And okay, for anyone who's been to Vegas, you know how when you go to Vegas and you go to the places and it smells really good because they're pumping in like the fragrances into the rooms? That's what this place smelled like. Not like a strip club, not like anything trashy, but like classy, smelling good. Like when I got home, I was still smelling it in my nose and I was like, yo, this is like cool. Like it was awesome. Like seriously, this is a super, super positive thing. And remember, when you have a webpage, you don't have to put anything crazy in there. You just gotta let everyone know what you got on. Warhammer 40,000, hobby supplies, collectibles, merch, plushes, you name it. And yeah, you need to have pictures of what your storefront looks like, but they got good pictures. But I also have mine. This is what their storefront looks like right now. Again, located in a strip center in Greenville, Wisconsin. You are looking for this, the One-Up Video Games thing. See this right here? Yeah, baby. And there's your dude flexing right there. Yeah, 100K, baby. Thank you very much. So yeah, awesome store. Let's take a look at some of the photos that my son took inside the store. Clean. Super freaking clean. Everything very well organized. Like these shelves were dusted. Like, and I asked the dude, I was like, well, did you go to Southeast Game Exchange? Like, are things kind of like mishmashed in here? And he's like, no. He's like, we didn't go. He's like, a lot of people when they go to Southeast Game Exchange, he's like, they also want to go to local stores. And he's like, we kept all our inventory in stock. And he's like, it worked out great for us. Dude keeps this place clean. Look at a nice plushie selection there. Nice accessories. Let's see what other pictures my son took. Look at the retro game selection. Yeah, buddy. Couple copies of Super Mario Bros. 3, some Gyromite, Wheels of Fortune. Jaws is always a good one to play. Dr. Mario, it looks like over there. Some bases loaded. This is freaking cool, man. Like, I was seriously happy with their selection. So, Nintendo here, Super Nintendo here, N64, and then the best part is he has even more behind the counter. So when you go to One Up Games in Greenville, South Carolina, ask him, be like, dude, do you got any more? South Park, a little bit of Muhammad Ali action. So they had genres, like all genres covered and all consoles covered, which was actually really cool. Accessories, check out all the little pew pew light things, extra controllers, etc. Gamepad controllers. Okay, I see it. In more games. Super Mario Bros. All-Star, not bad. Now, the prices for this place, a little bit more than the other two that I shared with you. And that's because this is in Greenville. Greenville's a bit more expensive than Anderson, a bit more expensive than Williamston. So price-wise, if you're looking for a deal, they'll work with you here. We're going to get into that, okay? They will work with you here. But their base prices seem to be just a little bit higher, but I understand because the area they're in is very, very nice, and I'm sure rent there commands a pretty hot penny. Ended up picking a zapper gun. Why? Because mine broke and I need a new one. They had plenty of accessories. They had everything covered. They also had a couple games there that I was super interested in Pokemon cards. You can see $15 a pack on here, $14.95, $14.95. Most of them, I think the Japanese ones were a little bit cheaper than that. Most of them $10 to $15 for packs. So a little bit more for the packs, but the demand's been there. And again, because they're in Greenville, they're going to ask for a little bit more money. For those of you who don't know, Greenville is a super, super nice city in the upstate of South Carolina. They're downtown, very nice, high-end. They've done a great job with it. Here are some of the Japanese ones here. You can see $11.99. What is that? $7.99 it looks like, and $5.99 on there. I asked the dude, I was like, so, you got any more N64 games? He reaches behind the counter, and you see these up on right here? He starts stacking them. He's like, bro, you could look through all those. He's like, I haven't had a chance to put them on the shelf yet. I was like, awesome. So I'm flipping through it. The one game I wanted, someone already had put on hold. Bomberman 64. I was like, for real? Like, for real? That's what's going to happen here? Look at their display cabinets. Switch games, Switch 2, DS, 3DS, amiibos and stuff like that. My son's not the best photographer, so please ignore the smudged camera lens. Look at they even got like the Mario characters and stuff like that up top. Consoles, extra like switches, the Wii U gamepad and stuff like that. So I was very, very impressed with this place. Here's another one showing their plushes. Now for the plushes, if you're into that stuff, they had all like the common ones. You want to get the best plushes, you have to go somewhere where Chinese imports are, how do I put this, a little bit easier to combat. When you go to Guatemala, they've got the best plushes there. My son, every time he goes, picks up stuff because it's stuff we've never seen in the States. So they have them. Don't get me wrong. You know, a little red Yosh Magosh. I like that. You know, a little bit of the, what is that? Cream color Yoshi right there. Some Tanuki, some Ouijis. I'm cool with that. I like that kind of stuff. Store was clean. Super knowledgeable dude. And they had so much to pick from. Board style role games, tons of Warhammer stuff. They had a whole like Warhammer like assembly section. It's not my thing, but I know there's people out there that are into that. And look at this. Oh, it's just more good stuff. And honestly, he had so much behind the counter too. Now, what was really cool about this place here, let me go back to this photo right here. I'm going to tell you a story. Okay, so you see this right here in the bottom, right? Like the Pokemon stuff, the other games are here. They had some juicy stuff in there. They had a Metroid game in there. It was like, I think they were asking... No, I'm sorry, Mega Man. It was Mega Man. They had a Mega Man game there. They were asking 95. The thing looked minty AF. Dude was like, you know what, man? He's like, I'll give it to you 75. And I was like, oh, really? They had one that was a little crispy. It was for 75. He's like, I'm doing this one for 50. So the guy is definitely really willing to move inventory. And super nice. We got into a really long conversation about consoles and upscaling. And I was telling him like what I do, like how I take basic consoles and I just kind of upscale it and, you know, I try to do my best with it, you know, with screen recording. And he was going on and about all these specialty consoles that are great for stuff like that. They're purposeful built for that with overclocking. Dude knew his stuff. Dude really, really knew his stuff. And my son even took a video of the place. Now I'm going to show you something in this video that I want, but we're just got to watch. Check this out. Right? Look at all the stuff that they got there. They have game rooms that you could play, right? Where they host all their events. You can see that right back there. Again, my son, not the best cameraman in the world. And again, the owner, super tentative the entire time. Now, wait till you see what I really, really want. Look at this. They got table mats for people to play out the games and stuff like that. Puzzles. Look at this. That's what I want right there. The curio cabinet with the little bit of Pokemon characters on there and the Nintendo thing. I want that. That would be so cool to put like right back here. Put some LED lights on it so like it all shines up. Like run the LED lights right down these spines right here that kind of hold up the cabinet. That would be freaking cool. I was impressed. I mean, seriously, like I really, really was impressed. I mean, the store was just laid out so well and there was a good amount of space there. There was a good amount of inventory. We spent at least 20 minutes in this store. And it is, like I said, a little bit more expensive because it is located in the upstate of South Carolina. So you just kind of have to deal with that. But the owner is super cool. Their selection is really good. Current stuff, retro stuff, figures, game accessories, plushes, you name it. 3D printed stuff they had there. It was really, really effing cool. I was very impressed by this entire place. They obviously have a Facebook page as well where they show lots of their goodies. They're fairly active on the social. And again, ask them for stuff they have behind the counter. These stores are always getting new trades in. And if they don't have to waste the time like putting it in the system and doing this and this and this, and they can make a quick sell on it, dude, they'll do it. So ask them about stuff behind the counter. All in all, I was seriously impressed. If you're into anything gaming wise, Warhammer 40,000, etc., this is definitely a place to check out. I would seriously recommend going. Like I said, you'll pay that little bit more, but it's just because of the area that it's in compared to the other areas that I visited stores in. Compared to major metropolitan places, it's going to be normal pricing, but they got good selection, everyone. I mean, consoles, games, accessories, rare stuff, handhelds, Pokemon Emerald, Pokemon. Oh, look. Just go here. Awesome place. One Up Video Games, located in Greenville, South Carolina. I will have their contact information listed down below so you can check them out whenever you are in the area. In my opinion, this is what a store should be. Concise, well organized, clean, smelling good, knowledgeable staff, great selection, flexibility on price, especially if you're going to work with people on multiple purchases. Now, if you want to see the opposite, an absolutely disgusting store, and I'm not ripping on them, but for real, you can see the difference. Check out the video popping up right here up on the screen. One of the worst, and the worst part of it is, this is one of the stores that's the closest to me. And I don't even want to support them anymore because, like, they wouldn't get off their butts. Well, I'm not going to ruin the story. You'll see it. Check out that video. I'll catch you gamers later.